Coming back. It is nasty. It's parking lot. It's a parking lot. It's nasty. I mean bad.
Want some M&M's?
Very hot.
Red hot? That's right. He said, that's gummy. Boy done throw me off. Any clues, y'all?
I got a clue. What is it? It starts with a J.
How you know that?
I saw my gummy bear.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
Oh, wait a second. No, it's dynamite.
All right. Did you look at the pencil? Did you look at the paper? All right, come on back out before the police come.
Great. Over a ladder, what is it? At the wall thing.
All right.
Like M&M.
Oh, yeah. A ladder.
So those are the clues that they left. Now there are some unsavory characters hanging around here last night. We got security cameras and we caught their pictures. So we don't know if these are suspects or witnesses, but their pictures are here. And I'm going to tell you where to find them. And you go and you find these people, and there are questions to ask suspect number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you will ask them these questions, and write your answers down, and there is pen and paper inside them. And then what's going to happen is after you've interviewed these people and after you've figured out who the suspect culprit is that took my gummy bear, at 3 o'clock. So once you leave here, you won't see me again till 3 o'clock in the mission fair. And I've got me a crook book. You know what a crook book is? No? The book of crooks. Oh, about as simple as you can be, a crook book of crooks. And you're going to point out who you think done it. Right? That's what your mission is today. So whoever your leader is, you need to read this to them. We're trying to talk about character. All right? So while you're going to the archery side is where our first witness might be hanging out. Some of these here people. You might want to be reading the first part, talking about character. Do it as a devotional. Do it over lunch. And then I'll see you back at 3 o'clock. Any questions from anybody? You got a question? You look like you're curious.
I ain't got no question.
Is that because you don't know nothing or because you ain't got no questions?
I ain't got no question.
All right. Well, I got to send you off. You ready? Charge! All right. It's that simple. Man, where's the enthusiasm? All right. All right. Read that to him on the way. Y'all figure it out.
I like the back of it. It's dangerous. It's yellow.
What one?
You know, it's just a good detail. Look over in the big. Right down.
Where are we going now?
Don't play dumb here.
It's got built-in Wi-Fi, so I just connect to it through my phone. And then it's got an app that I download. So I can control it, turn it on and off from my phone. I mean, I can control it on the camera too.
Huh. Well, looks like I need phones.
Apple.
That's a big. Well,
He's going to break charges on you.
It's a little bitty one.
Gather around and listen. If you start talking and not paying attention, then I'm going to start all over. And we'll sit here all day if we have to. Y'all going to listen? All right. Sure. I'm going to start reading this, and if y'all start talking, What is character?
Dad.
Someone once said, character is what we do when no one is watching. Do you behave any differently when no one is watching?
I thought that was integrity.
What is character?
Oh.
Someone else said, what's your thoughts? For they become your words. What's your words? For they become your actions. What's your actions? For they become your habits. What's your habits? For they become your character. What's your character? For it becomes your destiny. Your character is like a reflection of who you are. It's all of your principles and what you stand for. It can be seen in how you treat others or how you approach life. It can be seen in the choices you make. Character is also about how you view yourself or how you want others to view you. Your character is reflected in your actions, your habits, and by how you behave. Everyone has some sort of character. The question is, what kind of character do you think you have? The Bible tells us in Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That tells us Jesus wants our character to be more like His. Here's something else about character you may not know. Character can have special attributes or qualities called virtues. You could say that virtues are like the special ingredients we add to our character that shape who we are. Here are some RA virtues you may know. Faith, courage, friendship, just to name a few. On the surface, these virtues are great virtues, but used in the wrong way when we're tricked by Satan, the meaning and outcome can be bad. A bad kind of virtue is called a false virtue or a vice. You see, a virtue by its name alone is incomplete. It requires an action. So, how we use that virtue is very important. For example, courage is a great biblical virtue. It is one of our RA virtues, but used in the wrong way, it can have two completely different outcomes. Here's a test. Which is true? It takes courage to trust God. It takes courage to jump from a cliff.
That just takes.
That's cool.
That just takes being Alex.
I don't think it takes courage to jump from a cliff. I think it would take.
You just have to be an idiot.
Well, it depends on how high the cliff before, but 10 feet off water.
What's the safe strength?
You could argue that both are true, yet only one of them leads to destruction. Some of you may say, it depends on how high the cliff is. That's a good point. That's also the kind of thinking we use to justify ourselves into doing something we know we shouldn't do. Just like Adam and Eve. Although they were told by God not to eat from the forbidden tree or they would die, they didn't see the harm in biting an innocent apple. In fact, they were told by Satan they wouldn't die, and that if they did, they would be like God. They just needed the courage to do so. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Get kicked out of it.
That's why you never listen to women.
Courage, like other virtues, can be twisted in a false way when we don't know what God's Word says about them. That's what Satan does. He tries to confuse us and trick us with false truths. Satan is cunning and will try to tempt us in any way he can. It won't usually be with something crazy like jumping from a cliff. Instead, it may be something that seems harmless. Kind of like the fruit Adam and Eve ate. That one single mistake brought sin into the world and doomed all of mankind, separating us from God. So you see, we need to know true virtues. Virtues takes time to master, but with the master's help, all things are possible. 2 Peter 1:5 says, and besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge. In your quest as a detective, you must find what is true and what is false. Good luck.
Okay, now we're going over to R2, right?
And
Why did you laugh when I said don't listen to that?
Dang it. I sat there and held this camera the whole time
He doesn't
thinking I was
listen to
recording
himself,
and
I
what.
Yeah.
when we start over?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start over.
Good
tracking it?
over the day.
No, that's yeah, I was sitting there holding it just as steady as I could. I was like, oh man.
I was surprised you didn't have one of the little gyroscopic holders.
I want one. I haven't
Hey,
been
y'all
able
ready?
to
I'm gonna
afford it.
kick the ball.
That's okay. I was recording it on my body camera, so I
You
still
could
got
get
it.
one for Wish,
Yeah, I got that running.
I didn't. These look like gifts.
Do what?
probably get one from Wish really cheap.
You don't
Well,
know
I don't want one
picture
just the handheld ones. I want one that's an actual gyroscope that actually holds it steady.
Picture like
That's what I'm saying.
They've got some that are like,
Get the handheld ones that have the gyroscope on them.
they've got some that they call gyroscope that's basically just a fancy selfie stick.
Here's, I'm gonna run through the witnesses so we kind of know what we're looking for before we head out on the hunt. All right, y'all can see the pictures here. Frank Lee,
There's
a
mosquitoes
boar,
biting my ears
Coach
over here.
Derry, DeWay, and Marshall Mello, Ben Gavin.
Marshmallow, not marshmallow.
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 Carried away. I got that now. Carried away.
Yeah.
Marshmallow. Ben Gavin. A bell ringing, and her friend Ella. What? Will Power.
L-E-O-L.
All right.
Is a bell ringing?
Is
Is
a
a bell ringing?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Is
said.
a
Right.
bell.
First witness is Isabel Ringing and her friend
What's my hand?
Ella. Find them and ask
I want to
them
take it
by
back. My
name.
hand's got the shaking.
Isabel Ringing. LOL. LOL.
Yeah, LOL.
LOL.
That's pretty
Now I
good.
got it. Isabel Ringing. LOL.
I'm going to take my cut back to the campsite. I'll meet you over at Archery. That dog. That's nice.
Awesome. All right. Speaking of the fiesta,
Turbo
you remember years ago, the car you had in the show?
Yeah.
The motor I want on put the back seat.
I forgot how to do the compass
show.
thingy.
Sure did. Sure did, boy. Map. Great job.
Yep. That's a lot better.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Y'all remember who we're looking for, right?
I want to take our kids.
Heads up. There you go.
So you gonna have you one of them Fiestas when you get older? The little SCT one's awesome with 300 horsepower. Tell you what I wanted back whenever they were out in like 2003, 2004 was the Celine Focus.
Was cool.
Yes, it was. It was awesome. A little four-cylinder Focus, 6-speed. Come from the factory with nitrous in the back.
Did it at least look cool too?
Oh, it was awesome looking. It had ground effects all the way around it. Custom leather seats. It was Celine. What do you think? Boy, of course it looked cool.
Boy.
Y'all gonna come over here and talk to Frank Lee?
Stop twisting my fingers. That hurt.
Usually little boys do it.
You're supposed to lead the littler boys.
I'm not a little boy. So.
And tonight you're going to watch the little boys' feet. Oh, just say it was weird to watch them.
I call Frank.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, but if you're asking a name, yes, I will.
What can I not?
Of course you may, but what business is it of yours? I mean, some private detective. You look a little young.
We're trying to solve a crime of theft.
We were hoping you could provide some information that could assist us with our investigation.
So I'm guilty, am I? You would think somebody who has created big world-class companies would not be accused of petty thievery. Oh,
Sir,
wait. Don't ask that question. Honestly, I'm only here because my limousine broke down and I had to send my limo driver out to find another one. You'd think I was stranded on some island and the natives were coming to take me away and eat me.
Sir, we're interested in the person you supposedly ran into when you come out of this said store.
Oh, now I'm bothered by a camp full of busybodies. You'd think these droll little people would have better things to do with their time. But, as it is now focused on me, understand my greatness flows from my person. I was
Do you think this man who you ran into was acting suspicious?
suspicious? Of course, I think he was guilty. Anybody who is that rude has got to be guilty. But you can never pull the wool over my eyes. Cashmere, maybe. Wool, never.
Okay, you know the suspicious person? Which one
That person is amazing.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see him. He ran off into the darkness, being chased by some animal carrying a duffel bag and talking about a key and a fuzzy toy. But the only thing I recognized about him was he was wearing this ridiculous camo pants. Seems like he was shopping at Walmart or something. But I do recognize this fella. After the incident occurred, he shouted at me that if there was anything he could do for me. I told him he could go get me a coffee. He shook his head like sympathy. But then he asked me once again if there was anything else he could do, and he said he would be at the archery event. And then he went on his merry way. Oh, the young man who ran into me dropped his duffel, and when he did, he dropped a bunch of these. At first I thought it was maps to get me out of this wilderness, but much to my chagrin, it was this. Maybe it might help you in your search. And by the way, have any of you seen my limo driver? No. Well, then, I hope you find what you need.
Thank you.
That was one of the most
He said it was running. I told y'all we're gonna
Got batteries still in it?
Yes.
I was right all along.
Right, we got batteries.
Nope, they're my batteries.
That was a duffel bag had.
And probably
I'm gonna need this flashlight with
not a
me.
bad. Didn't they say? Didn't we say they took the duffel bag too?
He ran off with a duffel bag.
We said the little animal had a duffel bag. Yeah. So we're gonna have to read that, but I don't know if we need to do it more in order.
What's on with chopping? What time is that?
So where are we going?
Archery.
Yeah. Let's see if they're that camera.
Yes, that's what camera does. It sees and it takes pictures and videos. It's amazing.
We want to see Alex on the high ropes course.
I would if they let us. Hey, what boys? I'm just asking. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. What boys want to do the obstacle course with me?
I want to. Put this channel on. What?
What are we doing?
I took that.
Dude, I was just over here. What?
This is a triple A.
Well, good. That's why I told him he could do it.
Sometimes they double and
Okay, go.
Why it's like jam sits down, it's like you get to the top, you're like,
We're gonna step out in front of
You found somebody?
That's probably what was happening. All the zippers, I kept hearing zippers, but nobody was like walking, and then the zippers go back down, and I was like, no, I guess they were just opening them.
What?
Alex, AJ. Maddie. Wait over there. Hey.
Alright, we nominate Tyler.
I can do it again. Okay. Where's Wolf now?
AJ and Sam?
Yeah. You're not right.
Y'all seen him up there, don't you? With the brown backpack thing on?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Hey, go to the side and say, Will Power.
Master.
Sam.
Willpower.
Yeah, but you can call me Mr. Power.
Mr. Power, we're contributing an investigation. I can't.
Alright. We are conducting an investigation of some stolen property, and we're hoping you can help us in our investigation.
Of course I can. My best friends are truth, justice, and the American way.
Thank you for your willingness to serve and assist. Do you recall what you wrote on the night of October 18th, approximately at 8:30?
October 18th at 8:30, that's an easy question. I was out there doing my duty up at Trader Joe's, just keeping guard over the campers.
Are you one of the security people?
I'm not like a security guy per se. I don't need a team. I prefer to work alone. I'm just there to help anybody who needs it.
We were told that you offered some help to a gentleman on the path that night who was knocked over by a man running from the camp store.
Well, you heard correctly. There was a man running from the camp store. He seemed to be absolutely pummeled to the ground by a suspicious character who just seemed to be in a panic. I went over to ask him for help, asked to help him, and he just told me to get him a latte. It was a weird dude. Figured he'd want me to go after the assailant, introduce him to old Guns N' Roses, bring him to justice. But he just kept talking to me like I was his butler or something.
Did you pursue the suspect?
No, I didn't pursue the suspect. I was just finishing blasting my quads, and I was just resting up. He's just lucky I just finished training, lest I would have brought some trouble upon him.
Can you describe it?
You want me to tell you what the suspect looked like?
Yeah.
You want me to tattle on the suspect? Okay. What, do you have like some kind of witness protection program?
Sure.
I mean, it's not that I'm scared of them. I mean, I'm willpower, you know? It's just one of those things that you don't know what they're capable of. Granted, I did say that I would help whenever I can. You know, this is wise to pick your battles. I'm thinking about it. I think the assailant was wearing a red shirt and a ball cap. That's all you'll get out of me. Okay, fine. Camo pants as well. Ball cap, red shirt, camo pants. I'm pretty sure they're being chased by some type of animal. And it's perfectly possible that the assailant just saw me and turned tail to run. The animal was simply there by coincidence. I'm just saying what I saw.
Can you point her out to this ball?
Alright, let me see all these pictures. Nobody there. Oh, now see, that's the hero. That's the hero of the story right there. I don't know if you met him, the really attractive one, but no, that's a really cool person. No, that's not the one I saw. There we go. I recognize that face. Coach Carrie DeWay, right there. I saw her. She was putting together a soccer team up by the BB gun. There you go. Come back this way. I found one more thing that seems somewhat suspicious at the place where they collided. They dropped a whole stack of these right here. Hopefully it'll prove useful. Hey, listen, if you need any help capturing this guy, just let old willpower know, okay? Not today. I'm busy today. You know, full schedule today. I'm training for an Ironman competition. But anytime that I'm not around, and just look for me. Okay. Thank you. Have a good one.
He has a lot of skittish about Tom.
Yep. Go ahead. Yo, whoever wants to shoot.
Go ahead.
We're looking for you.
Yeah. See, I'm probably getting on one.
I didn't see him though. The girls, I didn't see him.
But by the time we make our way around,
It looks
we'll
like
see him.
looks like
Is he over with BB gun?
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. This looked like it was next to Trader Joe's. It looks like this picture was taken next to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, but that's because the way the picture was taken doesn't mean they're going to be there.
That's what it looks like. So this is this place at night. Should we go back to Trader Joe's and
Wait, I'm better at it.
We'll work our way back over there later.
Yeah, I'm going to
We've got till 3 o'clock.
She said, you know, she was over BB gun.
so let's go over the
Yeah, right there.
So let's go over the BB guns.
Yeah, that's where we go. Y'all want to shoot?
We can go with how
The one we go up there.
You'll be past the line and someone has an arrow left. Okay? Then 3 arrows point this way. All time. Alrighty. Other than that, just listen up. We should be all good to go. Alright, you guys, can I get a little space here for the shooters?
Looking for me? Where's the rest of your group?
Alright, guys. Alright, pick up your bows and start shooting. This is the practice round, and you'll have a real round. It came off again. And you flipped over the bow again somehow. Never had to flip both away. Alright, now grab it over with your left hand. Grab it over with your left hand. Left hand down. Grab it going. There you
That's Jack on the Stokey. Yeah, that's
Logo.
like has the suspect.
The spokesperson is at what? I don't know.
I wonder what that is. What's that? Thing on that trailer.
That's for the zip line.
Oh.
Get off
We'll
forward.
call him the spokesperson.
We'll start over.
What does the spokesperson have to say about that?
That's where it starts at. And then you get off the front forward. You get off there. Yeah.
Buzzing around my face.
So, who's zip line?
Biting me on the neck and the ear.
What if you hit the tower?
Oh, well,
Hurt?
sit up then. Who's zip
It
line?
would be a bad day.
It would. That's fine. Whoops.
I collect the waivers for everything.
I didn't own a couple of things that wasn't simple.
I didn't know what to do and what not to do, so I put this.
So about 12 pounds overdressed.
That's before or after your morning done.
Normally right after. I should have been lower than that. That's what I was at before I went to that thing in Kentucky 2 weeks ago, and they pushed so much food at you. It took me 2 weeks to get back to what I was when I
That's
was
when you should have said, hey, why y'all pushing all this gluttony on the
Oh, I wore them out over that. I did. I wore them out over gluttony. Cutting up, but
I don't want to be right.
it is wrong. But we all guilty of it.
No, that's what the house from the train. Well, maybe.
You think the kids in Ethiopia, if they have 2 grapes instead of 1 grape, is that technically gluttony for them?
No, because that's not more than.
Well, they doubled the food intake.
I'm thinking willpower is supposed to represent a false virtue because he's representing false courage. That means what he said was false, but that also contradicts that guy's statement.
Alright. We're going to read all these whenever we get back to camp for lunch.
Campbell.
How did you guys feel?
That was a different guy.
No, I didn't.
No, it wasn't.
I was looking for
A white go-kart, golf cart.
Baseball cap. It was probably baseball cap.
Red shirt and
Camo pants and baseball cap. I should have asked what color baseball cap.
Probably would have told you.
But all the door, anybody else been wearing a red shirt and green pants is bingo.
The guy's wearing a red shirt and camo pants.
Yeah, mine is. Thank Greg. Appreciate it.
Doesn't have a cap on.
Thank you, Greg.
No, we don't know if the people are telling the truth.
I think Greg did. I'll get more too.
He is the only other one I see.
Thank you. More than 2 here.
People always proving him wrong. That's all. That's fine.
Not always, but you know, it happens. It happens.
It's fine.
It happens down there.
It's fun when people prove you wrong.
Oh, wait. What happened, Real?
Oh, it happens a lot. It happens a lot, Charlie.
No.
No, a lot more than you think.
No.
A lot more than you could imagine.
No, Real.
Every time we come on this trip, you get proved wrong at least once.
That's what you're saying, right?
At least once. And that one time when we went to Piney, the one time when we went to Piney with everybody.
Camera?
No, I was.
Camera.
You gonna have to edit somewhere.
Yeah, we gonna have to edit that out because you don't want to see Alex sitting there doing.
How was that? Troll go back.
It's pretty much guaranteed that if you say, hey, edit that, then it's not getting edited.
So you're gonna show Alex sitting there doing.
One of the things talked about the most about all of us coming to RA camp has always been flat shirts. Because we always eat chili first night.
Chili first night. It chili tore my stomach up last night. That's good.
That guy's got a red shirt underneath his jacket, and he's got camo pants, and he's got a ball cap.
They can wear a backpack.
Yeah. That looks pretty. That is really nice.
Look at that.
But high price.
Oh, Pato. Oh, dear.
Same thing with the Escalades and the Yukon.
No Pato.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Didn't light them up down here.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't want to. Alright. Yeah, it's fun till
Really? The only reason I want a license right now is so I can get a job. License for all people. What was Mr. Tough Guy's name? He seemed like he thought an awful lot of himself, didn't he?
Greedy.
Greedy?
Greedy, selfish.
A lot of selfish pride, a lot of pride, yeah. False courage, because you know he was ready to tackle anything, you know, but not today. And he also didn't chase after whatever it was that was running because he seemed scared, so he didn't want nobody to know it. Like, willpower, courage, and perseverance. Mr. Power seems to have a bit of a problem with his idea of courage. He's willing to offer his help, but he seems to have an issue with following through. He seems like a very nice guy, but doesn't seem too dependent. Which he told us that he said, you know, if needed anything, just let him know. He'd help. Help us find the guy, but not today. He seems like he spends a great deal of time working out at the gym to give himself the outward appearance of a strong guy. But despite all the muscles, even Mr. Power can be afraid. If the truth be known, everyone is afraid of something, no matter how strong they may appear. What kind of fears do you have in your life? If we're honest, we could name several. Not having courage to do certain things is normal for everyone, so that's a good thing. It gives us an opportunity to recognize our weaknesses. The coolest thing is, our weaknesses can provide the perfect opportunity for God's strength to be shown.
Boys, what about
Hey, before you do that, you need to break that up into little bitty pieces.
Oh, we'll get the hay.
Yeah.
Green makes smoke, not fire.
That's what I was thinking.
You need to keep breaking it, Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Are y'all making a bed? Y'all making a bed I wouldn't pack it too tight. You want air flow. I wouldn't pack it tight.
I know that's what I'm talking about.
You need to make sure it's under your can.
Y'all must be hungry. You think it's not barbecue?
It's
Y'all just insulted baby dinner. Y'all about ready?
Why Sarah to our house?
Should be Mom. Awful day.
Make sure y'all blow on it, Ethan, to get it started. I just want to make sure to blow on it to get it started. Greg.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. I know you.
They took too long piling their sticks.
Which I went over and told him, I said, you know, the longer you take, the better your straws getting.
Give it up, boy.
Hey, Jake. 52 seconds.
I want to get up there and then I'm going to get me, because if it's just me and nothing.
Like, between a minute and 50 seconds continue.
Just under 2 minutes.
Now, Flurry, get that fire going.
You're gonna get that can going.
Must have been WMC.
Yeah, you can get that. You can get that going. Good job. Good job.
There we go.
Get down hill. There you go. It's teamwork. Hey, you guys are doing a great job. See, there's no such thing as you can't start fire in the rain. You guys are good. You can do it.
It was just one time we couldn't start fighting.
I still see embers.
That's a record in the last 45 minutes.
That's right. Don't give up.
And I was
Come
like,
again,
you
Charlie?
had a- I got 52 seconds, and that dude goes, that's a,
Well, you're doing a solo.
that's a
aren't you?
record
You're
in
just
the
about
last
getting that fire going by
45
yourself.
minutes. And I was like, oh, you must have had a
I
hard
know.
day.
You okay?
Did you get smoking,
Okay,
yeah?
guys, you need to get down there and help. He's been doing it about single-handed.
You alright?
You okay? Yeah.
Did you breathe some of it in?
Good job. Doing a good job. They had that water smoking. They had it steaming. Okay, guys, that was a really good try. You guys did a great job.
At least we started fighting.
Good job. Good job. Let me catch your number there. 27.
You know, we got enough kids here for too long. You know it?
Okay, pause it.
Hey, don't hop on that. Last year I got first place. Only 2 people.
Whoa, now.
Bag that up.
I ain't got dollar bills out.
Y'all just got locked up?
We got 6 more now.
Sure, what the heck?
All right, let's do the lock. Let's do it.
How many did you say? 6? You got 6?
Get it right here.
And they put a power, I guess, for somebody to hold fire.
Yeah, I don't think we put any of our kindling stuff under there, did we?
I got paper in my tent. Newspapers in my tent.
radar earlier, it could have already been done with this.
Yeah.
I always get, like, you'll get in the back and then you're like, you can finally up like
That getting in the back and Tyler at the front and me passing them.
why don't you go?
Ethan, you in the back. Stan, you in the middle.
Yeah. It's a small, a big one.
I made them pull an 8-foot log that big around.
Okay.
3 foot?
Seemed like that's what they
He's
pulled.
not in the team.
It was a bigger log than this.
Who cares? It's my team. You in the middle. It's nothing. It's nothing. He's just whining because he's in the middle.
You do know by myself I and with all three of us, I feel like it's going to be like running. Other than holding a rope, it'll feel like we're holding a rope.
Alex, if I was on your team, it wouldn't.
Yeah, because I'll be dragging you again.
He's I'm in the front.
Okay, Alex, all we need to do, Tyler, just pick it up. Wait, can we just pick it up off the ground? On the road?
Oh, Adrian, come back. Which one we go? No. Go. Alright, hey.
Stupid mud!
No.
On your mark. Get set. To make it fair, Alex has to jump over the barrel and get the fire. Set, go.
Boys, put the rope down. Put the rope down.
Hey, me and Alex right.
No, I'm not doing that right now. You can race that game. Go. Pull it on. Try and tie it out. But I feel bad trading Tyler out for Ethan. Oh, he's like, no, I'm keeping.
Now do you think I could be in the front? No, he got a higher strap before me. We forgot how to tie it. I know how to tie a knot.
They don't even know. Alright, who knows how to tie a good?
Ooh, let's look at the times.
Wait a minute.
Start pulling.
Alex, after you're done, Alex, you could just join our team because Sam's chicken.
I can do it, Sam.
Come on, pull around there. You can have one of them. Come on, let's go.
Back up.
Go. All right. Good job.
I'm dropping you.
No, after we do it,
Whoa, watch out.
Now it's me, you,
broken pole.
Broken pole.
It was broken earlier.
Well,
After he's there, you guys are done. You're on our team, Tyler. How about Tyler?
Who's doing it?
I'm way faster. It's not on his shirt.
Oh, okay. Lift that up. Oh, not that.
Pick this off and rip it.
y'all have done this every year. How do you not know how to tie it?
It's a year ago. I've slept since.
Who's gonna tie?
But the good news, I got papers. Yeah, papers at the gym.
Well, there's a lot of rope. We'll take that here. Somebody can get ready to run with it.
Think I doing it?
Yeah, it's coming down a little heavier now.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't bring any kind of rain gear with me.
Not me either.
Liquid sunshine.
Mm-hmm. I think it's part of that obstacle course.
Excuse me, sir. It's kind of.
With these tumbles.
He's getting out of the ring.
Oh. Okay, then.
Go see Molly and Ripple? We never saw Molly. You thought ahead. Ain't a trash can.
It's in the door. It's taller now.
Blue Falcon.
Not Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon.
You don't even know what a Blue Falcon is.
Excuse me, yes I do. I got the Blue Falcon awarded for ROTC, thank you.
I really don't doubt that. That doesn't mean you understand what it is, though.
So it would take them 100 years to hear about Jesus unless you have in 1 year. Twice a week, 52 weeks a year. It has to be 104 to say that.
When we first started going out there, wax on, wax off. Life on, life off. We need to get out of here. We want to do this one. Let's box.
Dad, I went over there and listened to that lady and she signed it, then didn't get back, so I had to listen to her again. She signed it again. 6 more to go.
Did you get us a hunt trap guide?
A what?
A hunt and trapping guide.
At the this thing from the motorcycle dude. It says, learn to better control your bike. Oh, yes.
He started it. I wasn't going to lose. What do you got there? What's that? Hey, y'all, get you some pins. Get one of these coins.
There you go.
What are you doing? Something throw in your dresser. Get you a pin to carry back to school. What do you do with that? There's hunting guides. There's fish. You're not going to tell me?
Asking you questions.
Y'all don't be back. Huh? You don't know? You going to try to get a door prize? Fill up your sheet and try to get a door prize? What's your name? I'm going to turn this in. Do you hunt or fish? You want to turn that in?
That's soft.
I want that drone, that race car, and that impact. Speed drill.
I wouldn't mind having some of these Arctic cups, a Black & Decker drill, one of these Bluetooth speakers.
Sleeping bag.
I do need a sleeping bag. I guess I need to go sign in, don't I?
Acts Romans, First Corinthians.
Y'all did everybody? Okay, I forgot to tell you that when you're up there, stay in your places till I tell you to go back to attention, so that they can mark the points. Okay? Alright. Isaiah. Attention. Present Bible. Isaiah. Start. Attention. Psalm. Attention. Present Bible. Start. Seven. Job, Psalms, and Proverbs. I think you're 6, but that's okay. That's right. Is that right or not? Oh, yeah, I am. This is 6. That's cool. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
All right, we should be able to start eating.